Now, I know I'm just one person, but we're all saying the same thing. Call of Duty sucks now. What's on, guys? Jay Hoyd back with you today. Welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We're back here on two maps we haven't actually been to in a while. One because one of these just joined the game in Dome. The other one being Shoot House is because ranked play came out. Of course, we've been getting lots of gameplays through ranked play. So I gotta admit, right, Call of Duty has always been a very staple game for me since 2000. When did Black Ops 1 come out? Like, if you guys can tell, I've played all of these Call of Duties, and that's not even counting this year? Like, I bought virtually, and I've been playing since Black Ops 1 down here, right? Black Ops 2, we went right in order, pretty much, right? I've been playing all of these Call of Duty games. I look at them every single time I record a video, and I hate to, like, say this, but Call of Duty sucks now. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you're just mad, you're not good anymore, you don't do blah, 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 you don't drop 2.0s, and like, get rid of that, right? So we have some tweets, some Reddit posts as well to kind of back up my claims and just say, hey, it's not just me, right? It's a lot of people saying the same thing about all of these topics, right? So let's get this set up. We got a couple of Reddit posts I want to go over first, and it kind of makes sense after this. All right, hopefully this works out how I want it to. We got both of the Reddit posts on your screen now, and through OBS, I can't actually read them. So we're going to read them over here, so I'm sorry if I'm looking away from the camera. But on top is a Reddit post from, where is their name on here? San Calb, what? I don't know how to pronounce that, so we're not even going to try. So it says, time to bring Call of Duty Mobile to PC. Now this was after a few different posts that was like, oh, Call of Duty's not good anymore. You know, this is how to fix it, blah, 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 blah. That type of topic. So they said, time to bring Call of Duty Mobile to PC. It has. So this is what Call of Duty Mobile has. And I've never played Call of Duty Mobile, but the amount of stuff that they're doing that I see is absolutely incredible. Like, all of that stuff should be in a current Call of Duty game, hands down. So apparently, let's go over what they have. Classic fan favorite 3-lane maps, right? We've been complaining about maps for how long that the maps have gone so downhill, and they try to rely on remakes, or they try to create completely fresh maps, which I get, but they just don't get executed very well and just end up not very playable. They also have dead sounds as a perk, along with proper other perk and perk combos that make sense. So we talked about this game, how the perks aren't good, right? We have so many perks in the game, and you use about 4 of them, maybe 5, but mainly 4 as well, and things just aren't good. Like, it's plain and simple, they're not good, right? The way, I mean, we'll get to it in a second here, but like, the way gun classes are set up too, it's again, not good. No squad spawns. Squad spawns is terrible. Like, you should be able to master the map and have someone anchoring and get the spawn, and get them to spawn out and get rid of squad spawns. It's so bad where, let's just say you push a hard point, you're trying to break the hard point, the other team has control over it, you 4 squad wipe them, they shouldn't still spawn in the back, right? You should have someone running out the back door, or, out of wherever, and locking in that spawn. But it doesn't always work that way, and they still have a chance to spawn there, and it doesn't make sense, right? And when you break and you kill them 4 straight up, you should get that back spawn 100% of the time, right? There should not be a question about it where they get the back spawn after they just get 4 wiped. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Red dots on the mini map and not on the compass. The compass is so useless for multiplayer. I get it if it's for Warzone, you can mark, oh, he's west 210 or whatever, like, or however the compass works. It just doesn't work for multiplayer. Nobody looks at the thing, and I believe you could turn it off, and I think I did. So, like, I don't use it. I turn it off every single time I can, and they need to move or get rid of this current minimap and get back the old one. We need red dots back on the minimap. Right? There's silencers for a reason. Like, and we'll get to more of the gun stuff in a second, but, like, there's ways around how to hide on the minimap. Plain and simple. You can do it. There's ways around it. Guns don't shoot like a beam. You have to use a sniper or a low ADS AR for actual long-range fights. Yeah, plain and simple. You should have to have skill to win a long-range gunfight. You shouldn't just melt him from halfway across the map. Right? Snipers, the fact that people are running around like quick scoping with a sniper in like ranked play and still putting up the same amount of kills is stupid. Right? Nobody likes seeing that. The next thing says TTK, meaning time to kill, isn't as fast like Vanguard or MW2. Now this is the current MW2 where you die in like 2 or 3 bullets. Where if you remember, now I know Black Ops 4 was a little bit too long as far as your total health. But these games, like, you're getting insta-melted. Right? If you get a headshot, it's like 2 bullets. Like, you die so fast. It's almost like hardcore mode where you die in a bullet or 2. Like, it's insane to me. The time to kill definitely needs to be a little bit longer, for sure. You can see the actual stats of guns, like in the stats page where you can see the damage dealt on different ranges and different body parts, including the damage multiplier. The weapon stats also show weapon recoil according to the attachments used, and you can compare the recoil of 2 weapons at the same time. Absolutely. Some of the older games did this very well. They showed the amount of recoil a gun has. Very simple. It's not hard. Like, we've gone... I still have them right here. Where are they? We've gone all these games in since even longer than this one. Like, we had, what, Modern Warfare 3, the original Modern Warfare 2, whatever the first Call of Duty game was. Like, we were like, what did I say, like 17 years or something into this thing? We should know what we're doing by now. Like, we should. Next thing, round restart feature for Search and Destroy and Control. Because suppose someone during Call of Duty Champs, if something doesn't work for a player during S&D or Control, they can ask the mods to restart the round, and the mods will restart the current round, and they can go back and play from the round the problem happened or started happening. So there's no reason to restart the whole match or the lobby. Players will keep their scores and even score streaks. 100%. This should have been in, let's see, when did competitive start being a thing? Like Black Ops 2? Like Black Ops 3? Like when it started to get like heyday, like, hey, we have these things that like sometimes tech issues happen. We should have a way to restart a round. Like, Counter-Strike does it. Why can't we? Plain and simple. Why can't we? Firing range with the ability to change weapon attachments in real time to test weapons. You can also spawn bots in the firing range to test your accuracy and damage. Now, I will give this a little bit of a response, at least playing devil's advocate here. There is a firing range in the game, although 100% it can be improved. It is not very good. There is a firing range. It's a pain in the ass to go, like, leave the firing range, change your attachment, go back in, try to test it out. There is like an accuracy meter. There's 3 bots that go back and forth. So it's very lazily done, but there is one, but it 100% can be improved on. By far. What else we got? No doors, windows, or breakable objects in multiplayer maps. Holy cow, I've never seen a more true thing in my life. Doors, windows, breakable objects, they're cool in theory, but just don't work. I hate having to go through doors. Absolutely hate it. Right? It was awful in Modern Warfare. It's still awful now. Please take it out of the game. It's good in theory, but no. Screw that. And no tac sprint. Now, this one's kind of controversial. I don't mind it, but it can be abused pretty well. So I could definitely see why people don't like it. So that one I have kind of mixed feelings about. And unless you wanted to break down an entire, video or a certain feature or something in the game, then, we'll have to move on to something else. Our next thing, this person is from Hydra, whatever. This person says, I haven't played a Call of Duty title since World War II, which was, let's see, we're on Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard, Cold War, Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4, World War. So they haven't played in 6 years, apparently. So, a game that was only saved in the second half of its cycle because of change in Sledgehammer's management. Yeah, I don't remember that. But hey, whatever. Call of Duty to me was always remembered as a fast-paced, non-stop action, kill streaks, prestigious, sought-after banners, challenges, smaller maps, and the secret 25 gun streak nuke. The new path is not appealing to the older users, the ones that played practically every Call of Duty, like myself. I've played every game since Black Ops 1. The ones that practically played every Call of Duty prior to the new direction they've taken, sacrificing loadouts for more attachments, more lethals, more perks. This is what created the diversity in previous games had. Of course, there was always a setup that the more skilled players always went to, but you were never punished like you are now for mixing it up. Now you can get an absurd amount of attachments. Very true. You have to use minimum like 5 for a gun to be good at all. There's only one really used anyway per type, which is very true. There's once you get the good attachments, it's the same type of thing. You go right to them. They're not like some secret where you have to figure it out of what works best. This person also said that I remember watching competitive when I was younger and seeing pros change classes for different perks just because other teams' play styles. Now it's pointless. 100% agree, right? If you need to, switch to tag mask or switch to flak, or switch to lightweight to get somewhere quicker, or, whatever it may be, dead silence, whatever the streaks were, or not the streaks, the perks were, or the guns, or whatever, you had to change stuff. Now is you have that gun, you have the same 4 perks, and then you just run and gun, basically. It's definitely not the same anymore for sure. Then he said, what makes Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, etc. fun was how fast-paced it was, almost constant carnage. Now you got team deathmatches where the timer literally runs out before you reach the required kills to win. The game has become too slow, with little to no skill gap, with insane time to kills. Maps that promote parking the bus and an unnecessary gunsmith system. I 100% agree. I don't really play team deathmatch too much, so at all, I should say. So I don't really know how team deathmatch plays out. Obviously, I know how to play it. I've played the game mode, but I don't really play TDMs too often. I'm always in hardpoint or control, even domination, or if capture the flag comes out. Sometimes I'll switch it up with a couple other game modes, but usually it's hardpoint and control, maybe domination every once in a while. But team deathmatch, has always been kind of a slower paced game mode. That's the standard casual game mode where the idea is to get kills, and then if you just don't want to move and get sniper kills from all the way across the map or one shot kill, whatever, that was the mode to do it in because people just didn't move, plain and simple. So although that's kind of the game mode, team deathmatch, you can't really do too much about that. And then he also says, to kind of finish this off with saying, and the last thing he says here is, it's sad to think a title that encouraged me to get the newest console to play isn't even a consideration at this point. The developers are straying further and further away from the fundamentals that made COD the sought-after title it is. Like I said, since Black Ops 4, hopefully they'll get the next one right. Hell, I'd accept a rush remake of an older Call of Duty at this point. And he said, thanks for chiming in to my pep talk. So, I agree with most of what both of these people are saying, right? Call of Duty, even going back past Black Ops 4, where you had games that made sense, and you didn't have this, gunsmith nonsense, and you had to tune these guns, and you had to have 5 attachments to make a gun shoot straight at all, right? If we went back to simple stuff, like Arcity says here. So he says, I can't be the only one confused on what attachments I should be running on the SCAR, which is the TAC 56 from this game. He says, I'm trying to find the code. Pulex, who now is a free agent, but was on London at the time, said same with a crying, laughing emoji. And then, I don't know who this last person is, but he said, what was never confusing? grip, quick draw, stock, red dot. Like, it was super easy, right? Grip helped your recoil. Quick draw made you ADS faster. Stock had it was mobility. You could strafe faster and move quicker, or whatever, like whatever it did. Red dot provided a red dot on your optic sight. Like, it was stupid proof, if you will. Like, very simple. Now you have 17.5 millimeter jungle barrel. What does that mean? Nobody knows, but it helps your horizontal recoil and your vertical recoil, but it also minimizes your damage range and your bullet penetration and bullet velocity or whatever. Like, just random stuff that's like, nobody cares about that. Like, truly, nobody cares. Bring back the old system. We liked it so much better. But let's go to someone else that's been in the scene probably even longer than me, and that's Syndicate. So Syndicate was more famously with the Minecraft scene, but has always been in Call of Duty as well, and kind of I lost track of him, so I don't really know what kind of he does anymore, but one of the bigger YouTubers in the world at some point with, what was it called, Maya Knight, I believe it was. I could be wrong with a lot of other bigger YouTubers. But he said, and I mean, he's pretty spot on with most of this. So here's what he says here. I'll be the one to say it how it is. Call of Duty, you used to be the head of the game. You were the go-to game for me in my childhood. At least back then, you knew how to carry a game and a franchise. But now all you care about is money and not gameplay. You failed in all capital letters. His next follow-up to that. I'm playing Fortnite on my streams now and having way more fun. You are worth billions, I mean billions of dollars. It's embarrassing. There was so much you could have done, but you didn't. It's sad you chose the shareholders over the players. And more so, Treyarch, that's at you. Oh boy, that's shots fired right at one developer. Now obviously it's been all the developers that produce Call of Duty, but still, Treyarch is obviously one of the bigger ones. Your lead developers in their fields left, and nothing since then has been of substantial value. The custom mod community has added more to the franchise than you have in the last 5 years. It's a joke. Pull your goddamn finger out, is what he just finished that with. Like, that's big. And it's not even just Call of Duty pros. It's not even just people that play Call of Duty casually. It's not players like me that play ranked play and play the game a lot. It's bigger YouTubers. It's everybody. We're all saying the same thing. How many more different ways do we need to say it? So what we're saying, Call of Duty, to everyone, if you're a developer, if you're a coder, whether you design the maps, whether you are on the playtest team, no matter what you do for Call of Duty, if you didn't listen to the rest of this video, hopefully you listen to what everyone's been saying. We are not happy with the games you've been producing. For a guy, I have it right next to me, right? I look at this every single day that I'm in my office here, in my game room, whatever you want to call it. I play your game, right? I have the proof right here. Right, we're missing one because of this year. We went virtual. But I've been playing since Black Ops 1. There's people that have played longer than me. Obviously, I'm not, one of the OGs. But I've played long enough to know that we are not headed in the right direction. Competitively, casually. Like, yeah, you may be making a ton of money, earning all of the profit in the world. But believe it or not, there's more than just money. There's customer satisfaction that you have to try to fix, because this, right? This is what kept me going since 2009? When did this game come out? Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. 2010 for Black Ops 1, right? This is my original game disc, right? It's in there, right? The original instructions and everything, right? We've been playing for a long time. There's a lot of people that have a similar collection, or even bigger, with all of the Call of Duty games from even before Black Ops 1. I feel like by now that hopefully it's not about how much money you're putting in your wallet. and thinking how great you are. But at the end of the day, what you're doing right now is failing. You're ruining your community by doing what you're doing, focusing on money and not on a good game, right? You wonder why Fortnite got so big? Look at what they're doing. They're changing their map. They're changing the different collaborations they're doing. They're bringing some of the biggest brands in the world, biggest, characters in the world. They're incorporating them into their story. You name it, they're doing it right. They're not just focused on money, right? They're still putting on concerts inside the game, right? That's absolutely incredible. Ariana Grande, Travis Scott, I think Marshmello, like some of the biggest names in the world, they're incorporating into their game, shutting down the game for like half a day just to do it. And yet all you guys are focused on is the money. Now, I know I'm just one person, but we're all saying the same thing. Call of Duty sucks now.